Today's lesson is cool and unusual jobs. Hi, everybody. My name is Roger.
Hi, and I'm Helen.
And what Helen and I are doing today is the job of broadcaster. I guess we're broadcasting teachers or something like that. So that's our job. That's what we do for a living. And maybe your parents do something else. Maybe your father's a lawyer, your mother's a doctor, or whatever. Those are pretty common jobs, though. But today we're actually talking about some cool and unusual jobs. Some jobs that you just don't hear about every day.
Right. These are jobs that you don't hear about every day, that maybe you have never thought about getting into when you were thinking about your career. Still, these jobs exist, and a lot of people do them.
They certainly do. And cool here, we don't mean they're jobs where you have to work outside in the snow or in rooms with the air conditioner turned up full blast. Cool here just means cool, how cool. Really unusual, kind of hip jobs that some people would really like to have so that they could brag about that job. But again, here, these are cool and unusual jobs. So let's get to it. Let's listen to the first part of our lesson right now.
Cool and unusual jobs. Would you like to spend most of your days vacationing, sleeping, daydreaming, or eating? Sure, you might say, but how am I going to make a living? For a lucky few, these activities are precisely what pay the bills. Here are some cool jobs that you won't often hear about on the job market.
大家好，首先在第一部分我们看到的单字是 daydream， 当动词时表示做白日梦。举例来说 Upon hearing that Tom Cruise is visiting her city, Gina starts daydreaming about running into him on the streets. 当听到汤姆克鲁斯要来到他的城市时 Gina 开始幻想在街上遇到他。这个字当名词的时候意思就是白日梦，所以可以说Beatrice was surprised when her daydream of having a date with a cute guy suddenly came to reality. 当与一个帅气的男人约会的白日梦真实发生时 Beatrice 十分惊喜。再来我们看到的单字是 precisely， 做副词用，意思是正式、精确的。举例来说 Precisely calculating your expense each month will help you spend your money more wisely.精确的计算每个月的开支会帮助你更明智的花钱。如果去掉字尾的 ly 就会变成形容词 precise。例如 It's amazing how you can be so precise when it comes to trap shooting. 你能在不定向飞靶射击如此精准，真是令人惊奇。
Okay, so we're going to start our lesson today by asking you a question. Would you like to spend most of your days vacationing, sleeping, daydreaming, or eating? I can't think of anybody who would answer no to this question. All of us, I think, would like to go out there and have a holiday, have a vacation, or do some vacationing, or sleep as much as you want, or maybe eat some really wonderful food. I can't think of anything that I would rather do.
That's right. And if anyone asked me that question, I would definitely say yes. I would say sure. But how am I going to make a living? So that also might be the response that you would give someone. Sure, you might say, but how am I going to make a living by vacationing, sleeping, daydreaming all day?
I could imagine some people perhaps are traveling all the time and then they post stuff on their YouTube page or something like that and they get enough people subscribing to their videos that they can actually attract sponsors and make a living that way. I think a lot of people would just love to do that. It's possible, but for the rest of us, that is a pipe dream. How could we make a living having fun? We all want to have fun, and having fun is supposed to be pretty expensive. So indeed, it's a good question. How am I going to make a living vacationing, sleeping, daydreaming, or eating?
Right. But for a lucky few, for not that many people, but for a few people, these activities are precisely what pay the bills.
Right, so these are activities that precisely pay the bills. This means specifically here, these are activities that they actually do. Precisely, exactly. That's what they do to make a living, to pay the bills, to put food on the table.
Precisely here means something that is exact. Exactly. It's another way of saying exactly. For instance, I know precisely how you feel. Or I could say, that is precisely what I want.
Exactly, precisely. So yes, for some people, for a few people who are lucky, not everybody, of course, this is what they do for a living. Here are some cool jobs that you won't often hear about on the job market. And today we're going to tell you about these jobs. And maybe it's not too late for you to maybe switch universities or something, or find a program somewhere and start preparing for a career in the following occupations. So let's get to it, everybody. Let's listen to the next part of our lesson and find out about some cool and unusual, unique jobs.
Vacation tester. Others spend their days behind an office desk. You, on the other hand, work at a tropical beach, a snowy mountain, or any location where people might go on holiday. As a vacation tester, your job is to investigate a vacation spot to make sure it would satisfy actual holiday goers. It's a rewarding occupation since you would be helping people get the most out of their money and vacation time.
第二部分我们看到的单字是 occupation， 这个字是名词，表示职业、消遣或占领。例如 The main occupation of the people in this region is stock farming, so you're likely to see a great number of farm animals around. 这地区的居民主要职业是畜牧业，所以你很有可能可以在附近看到许多家禽家畜。又或者说We learned from our textbooks that the Japanese occupation of Taiwan began in 1895 and lasted until 1945. 我们从课本上学到日本从1895年占领台湾，直到1945年。
Okay, so the first cool and unusual job is vacation tester. Others spend their days behind an office desk. You, on the other hand, work at a tropical beach, a snowy mountain, or any location where people might go on holiday. So, unlike other people who spend most of their time in front of a computer or behind a computer, crunching numbers, you're doing something completely different in a situation where most people would want to be if they're on holiday.
If they're on holiday, if they're on vacation, again, most of us have to prepare for a job where we'll be sitting at a desk behind a computer screen at an office desk. But you, of course, are going to be in these wonderful places at a tropical beach, maybe in Indonesia or the Philippines or someplace like that. Maybe a snowy mountain in the Alps of Switzerland. Boy, who wouldn't want to go there? Or any location where people might go on holiday. Where else would people go on vacation? What kind of places would people go to? Maybe a hike in the forest or something?
Right. Tropical beaches, snowy mountains, forests, rainforests. I would definitely want to go there.
Or maybe some European cities, you know, walking around the old streets of Paris or Toulouse or places like that. Those are places where people go on holiday or on vacation. And as a vacation tester, your job is to investigate a vacation spot to make sure it would satisfy actual holiday goers. So you're there to investigate that place. What would you do? Maybe walk around and check it out and take pictures and talk to people and see, you know, would people from my home country enjoy coming here?
Yeah, as a vacation tester, you would probably go to a destination and see where all the fun places are and where real vacation goers should go to eat, which museums are the most interesting, maybe check out the prices as well.
Indeed, but I imagine such a position would actually require quite a bit of training, right, Helen?
I would imagine so. I think as a vacation tester, you don't always get to just lie back and have fun. You also need to notice and how things function. You probably would need to take notes and be very aware of what you're doing.
Right, and you probably couldn't really have that much fun. You're actually working, so if you meet an interesting woman or an interesting man or something, you'd probably have to say, nope, sorry, I don't mix business with pleasure. I've got to work here, so I'm not here to have fun. I need to check out this restaurant. I need to check out this museum and stuff like that. So indeed, that's what you would do if you were a vacation tester. Now, in the next sentence here, it says, it's a rewarding occupation since you would be helping people get the most out of their money and vacation time. So here we've got a couple of terms. The first term is rewarding. Now, if you get a reward, that means you've found a lost dog or something like that, and you've returned it to the owner, and they've given you a little money as a reward. But rewarding here is kind of different, right?
Right. Rewarding here means giving satisfaction or pleasure. So I could say my travels across Europe was a rewarding experience. I got a lot out of that experience.
And perhaps if you have a job as a doctor, for example, it can be quite rewarding knowing that you're helping people, helping them recover their health and things like that. It can be quite rewarding. And of course, lots of jobs can be rewarding in ways more than just making money. You actually have some personal satisfaction and stuff like that. Now, we also describe jobs as being an occupation. Right?
Right. Occupation is really another way to say job, but usually in a more formal way. So you might see the word occupation on forms that you have to fill out. If a form asks you what job you do, it might say occupation. And then next to it, you would write doctor, teacher, or whatever your job is. So occupation is just another more formal way of saying job.
Right, and it's from the verb to occupy, which means to be in a certain place. So occupation basically means how you're spending your time during the day. Your occupation, of course, does refer to your job. What is your occupation? What is your job? What kind of career do you have? So it's a unique occupation because you would help people get the most out of their money. So if you get the most out of something, you use it to its full advantage. You take advantage of that thing. You take the best parts. You're not wasting money and you're not wasting time.
Right. When you get the most out of something, you obtain the greatest amount of value or effort out of someone or something. So when I was younger, my parents used to tell me, try to get the most out of your youth. Don't waste your time. You're young, so it's the best time for you to study and learn things, so learn as much as you can. Try to get the most out of your youth.
Right. You could make the most out of any situation, get the most, make the most. You can say it either way. So yes, indeed, get the most out of your money. Don't feel like your vacation was a waste of time and money. Of course, you're working all year. You're saving money for that dream vacation. So when you go, you want to make the most of your time, make the most of your money, and have a great time that you will remember for the rest of your life. Okay, that brings us to the end of the second part of our lesson. Now let's talk about something called a professional sleeper.
Professional sleeper. Sleeping on an uncomfortable bed can leave a person sore and tired. That's why some mattress manufacturers will hire you to sample beds before they go on the market. As a professional sleeper, you might also be asked to write reviews or recommend improvements. The great thing about this work is that you won't be fired for sleeping on the job.
第三部分我们看到的单字是 mattress， 这个字是名词，表示床垫。例如 Alex took his mattress outside and put it under the sun to prevent it from getting moldy. Alex 把他的床垫拿到室外，并放在阳光下，以防止其发霉。今天最后一个单字是 manufacturer， 这个名词表示制造商、厂商。举例来说 You can see the manufacturer and the materials of this toy on the label. 你能在这个玩具上的标签看到它的制造商及原料。如果把字尾的 R 去掉，就变成 manufacture, M-A-N-U-F-A-C-T-U-R-E. 当动词时指制造、生产。例如，台积电作为制造半导体的领导者而享誉全球。英文就是 Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company is known worldwide as the leader of manufacturing semiconductors. 这个字当名词时一样是 manufacture， 所以可以说Plastic bottles are considered not eco-friendly because a great amount of water is used in the manufacture. 塑胶瓶不环保的原因是因为其生产过程需要耗费许多水。
Okay, so we just looked at a vacation tester, what kind of job that was. Now let's look at another cool and unusual job, which is a professional sleeper. Now, what is a professional sleeper exactly?
Professional, I know that means you get paid for it. Most of us don't get paid to sleep. That's something we really enjoy doing. That's kind of a common response to questions here in Taiwan. What did you do on Saturday? Well, I slept all day. I had been working so hard that week, or I had been studying that I just slept all day Saturday. But if you're sleeping all day Saturday, well, you're not spending money by going out to restaurants and stuff like that, but you're certainly not making money. If you make money when you're sleeping, then we would call that being a professional sleeper. So let's find out what this is all about. A person who sleeps is a sleeper. Sleeping on an uncomfortable bed can leave a person sore and tired. Yes, that certainly is true. I should change my mattress myself because my lower back is kind of sore, and I think it's because I'm sleeping on an uncomfortable bed. And, of course, doctors would tell you that, yes, you need to have a firm mattress or whatever. And if your mattress is too soft or too hard, or if it's lumpy, then it's not going to help you sleep well. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to feel sore and tired.
That's right. And it's really important to choose a good mattress because it will affect not only how you sleep, but also how you work and how you feel the next day. So it's very important for companies that make mattresses, that make beds. It's important for them to make sure that these mattresses and beds are comfortable. So they might hire a professional sleeper. A professional sleeper is someone who will test the beds.
Exactly. So these manufacturers or these companies that make mattresses will hire those people to actually sleep on those beds. So a mattress, of course, is the part of the bed that you sleep on. And when I was growing up in America, my bed had, I guess, two mattresses. One was the box spring at the bottom, and then there was a mattress on top of that. And my bed was quite soft. And then when I came to Taiwan here, the bed was just one mattress, and that was harder. And I'm not saying one is better than the other. They're just different. But again, mattresses are made or manufactured by mattress manufacturers. To manufacture means to make something in a factory, and the person that manufactures something in a factory is called a manufacturer. Manufacturer.
Right. A manufacturer could also be the company that manufactures or produces a specific product. So a good example of a manufacturer from Taiwan would be ASUS, which is a Taiwanese computer manufacturer.
Indeed. And I could also say that HTC manufactures smartphones, or HTC is a manufacturer of smartphones here in Taiwan. I'm not really sure who the manufacturers of mattresses in Taiwan are, but if you're interested in this job, you could talk to them and maybe they will hire you to be a professional sleeper. It says that they hire you to sample beds before they go on the market. Now, if you go to those big hypermarts, sometimes they hand out samples of food. Hey, here, try a sample. That's the noun form of this word, sample, just a small example of something that you can try. But here the word sample is being used as a verb.
Right, so to sample a bed might mean you sleep on it for a few hours or even an entire night to see how that bed feels. So as a professional sleeper, you get to sample beds. Now, that's not all you do though. You don't just get to sleep and get paid for it because after you've sampled the bed, you have to write a review or you need to recommend improvements. As a professional sleeper, you might also be asked to write reviews. That is, write down what you think of the bed or recommend improvements. Tell the manufacturer what you think can be improved about the bed.
That's a part of the job, of course. That's why you're sleeping. You need to be ready to write those reviews and recommend what they can do. Well, you know, my legs were kind of sore after sleeping. Maybe you could do something about that. Or I was sliding around on the mattress too much, and it kind of made me uncomfortable there. So you could recommend some improvements to the mattress. And the great thing about this work is that you won't be fired for sleeping on the job. What an interesting little pun there by the writer here. Yes, most of the time, if you're sleeping on the job, you'll probably get in trouble. You might get fired. But in this particular case, they actually want you to sleep on the job. But I think the downside of that would be it would probably get boring after a while, wouldn't it?
Probably. I think this is maybe the kind of job that you can do for a while, but I don't know what it would be like to spend your whole life as a professional sleeper.
Okay, that brings us to the end of our explanation. Here comes our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。读到课文第二部分的最后一句，他说 It's a rewarding occupation since you would be helping people get the most out of their money and vacation time. 这是一个很有意义的工作，因为你可以帮助人们充分利用他们的金钱和度假时光。句子里面有一个片语Get the most out of something. 它表示说从什么什么当中得到最大的收获，充分利用某事物。那这边帮同学们补充两个相似的片语，一个是 make the most of something， 这表示充分利用或是物尽其用。例如 Her parents encouraged her to make the most of the opportunity. 她爸妈鼓励她好好把握，充分利用这个机会。那另外一个片语 make the best of something 也是指充分利用，不过这个片语常常用来表达当面临的状况或是条件不如人意的时候，仍然可以在逆境中善用手边的资源，设法充分利用。也就是说，在不利的情况下尽力而为，善加利用。例如 We may not get another chance, so we'd better make the best of this opportunity. 我们可能不会有第二次机会了，所以我们最好要善加利用这个机会。好，课文第三部分介绍的职业呢是专业试睡员，感觉很舒适的工作。好，那这个段落的第一句写到 Sleeping on an uncomfortable bed can leave a person sore and tired. 睡在一张不舒服的床上会让人感到酸痛和疲惫。那么句子里面的动词 leave 它不是指离开哦，而是用来表达使什么处于某种状态。那常用的句型是 leave 加受词加受词补语，这表示任由什么什么处于什么样的状态中。好，那它的受词补语可以是形容词啊、现在分词、过去分词等等。我们来造三个例句。好，第一个句子 The bad news left her anxious. 那个坏消息使她很焦虑。那句子里面的受词补语就是形容词 anxious， 用来说明受词 her 是处于焦虑的状态。第二个例句Don't leave your car engine running while you're not in the car. 当你不在车上的时候，要熄火，别让车子引擎一直运转。那么句子里面的受词补语是现在分词 running， 用来说明这个受词 your car engine 是处于运转的状态。好，第三个例句 There's no need to ring the bell when you come over. I'll leave the door unlocked. 你来的时候不用按门铃，门不会上锁。好，那么句子里面这个受词补语就是过去分词 unlocked， 用来说明受词 the door 是处于没有锁的状态。好，那么以上是今天的重点整理，接着来回顾今天单字吧。
Precisely. The meeting will begin precisely at 9 in the morning tomorrow. Rewarding. There are so many activities to do in your free time that are more rewarding than watching TV. Occupation. Please fill in the form with your name, occupation, and other personal information. Professional. Calvin wants to join his college's baseball team in hope of one day becoming a professional player. Manufacturer. The baby food manufacturer denies any claims that they use unsafe ingredients in their products.
Well, that brings us to the end of another edition of our program, and please make sure you join us again next time. From all of us here, I am Roger.
I'm Helen.
See you next time.